Goodness gracious. All I'm trying to do is figure out how to get this goddamn camera working. I don't think this needs to be on. So what I'm gonna do right now is record a TikTok video. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So basically what I'm going to do is find a comment that I can respond to. There's just thousands and thousands and thousands of comments, and that's actually where I find some of my best work. Instead of trying to come up with all these like very specific topics and concepts and go like, what do I want to say? I just want to use what people are asking. People continue to ask the same questions, or they need a new variation with a different answer. And so my mission isn't necessarily to make something perfect, but it is to craft a message that is going to keep people engaged, be informative, educational, and somewhat creative. I have ADHD. Because I have ADHD, it is more difficult for me to just like let messages be what they are. Even though I'm recording this message right now, I'm like, what should I say? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. The point is that I want to create a piece of content that people are going to be excited about to some extent. I just want to get the message across, and as long as the message is entertaining enough, people will dig it and they'll appreciate it. And who knows, maybe TikTok will actually reward me with some goddamn views, but they don't really like to do that lately, so I'm just gonna figure it out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna jump on TikTok and try and find something. Obviously I want to see what people are saying. I've released over 4,000 videos on TikTok. Actually it's about 4,300 videos. So I have a lot of comments, and there's a lot of people that benefit from the type of work that I do and what I talk about. Keep in mind, man, I've been on TikTok for like, goodness gracious, 3 years, something like that. And I have over, I don't know, 570,000 followers, which is absolutely phenomenal. I love this. But there's I don't know what is changing, but we're just not being rewarded the views that we normally would. So what I'm gonna do is look through my latest videos and find something that, you know, people want. This specific video right here, the big bubblegum booty butt. And it's basically about how your liver is a filter of your body, and everything goes through your liver. The issue with that is there's too many people that just continue putting poison in their body. It doesn't matter what it is, man. Like, if you're eating it, if you're drinking it, if you're thinking it, it is going into your liver. Your liver is the filter of your body, dude. Like, its sole purpose is to get rid of toxins, to break down everything that you put in your machine. So if you put shit in your body, you're going to get shit out. And that sucks. So that means like low energy. That means, you know, brain fog. That means your body, like if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, your body is spending a majority of the time trying to get the alcohol out. And it's not supposed to be there, man. So if one of your biggest organs is spending a majority of its time trying to get something that's not supposed to be there out, then what is it doing with the rest of the stuff that's supposed to be there? What can't even get to it? And so this is why people's metabolism slow down and they gain weight and they do all that shit. Your liver is going to break down fats, and it's going to go through all these different things to make you lose weight, help you break down food and all that shit. So once again, the more shit you have in your body, the longer it's going to take for your body to process what it's supposed to be focusing on. So I'm going to go through some of these comments real quick and see if there's a piece of content that I could create from this. I could talk about jaundice. I've released a lot of videos about jaundice because you've seen pictures of me. I've been bright yellow. And jaundice sucks, bro. It itches too. That's something that I don't normally talk about. Jaundice, when your skin turns yellow, when your eyes turn yellow, when your body's struggling, you itch, man. You get neuropathy in your skin, and you're constantly scratching, so you get like rashes and all this just crap, dude. It sucks, man. This dude would love to have a conversation with me. Cool. If you would like to have a conversation with me, sobernotsober.com. Just click on my calendar, man. I'll give you 30 minutes, no problem. As long as that calendar is still open, dude, we could still have a complimentary 30-minute chat. Or that feeling of getting punched just under the ribs over and over. So over it. Day 4 coming up tomorrow. I love this because day 4 is a day of celebration. It only takes 4 days for alcohol to process out of your body. And at that point, you're just as sober as anybody else. And it doesn't matter if you've been in AA, if you went into a recovery room, you went to rehab. Sober is sober. There's no alcohol in your body after 4 days. And that's one of those messages that I love to reiterate weight here on TikTok because a lot of people don't even know that. They just go, no, it's going to take me forever. It's going to take months. It's going to take years. That's just not true at all, dude. Not at all. I'm used to getting like 15, 16, 17,000, 20,000, 100,000, 8 million views. And for whatever reason, we're just not getting the views. And so because of that, I got to create incredibly like stellar content. But here's the problem with it though, is I could spend an hour making a video. This specific video right here, it takes me the amount of time to obviously have a conversation with you and then do the basic edit. So whatever you're seeing now, didn't take long to put together. Quality is always going to, do better than quantity. There was a time when I was releasing 30 TikTok videos a day and it was good and I was just responding to comments. Yes, that works, but it was also flooding the platform. So I personally feel that they kind of cap your views, which is super unfortunate because we can't predict the algorithm and we can't just constantly create viral content. Everything is constantly fluctuating. So this one right here, this is a pretty powerful one. And the reason why it's powerful is because I am an ex-alcoholic. And what that means is I once had a physical and emotional addiction to alcohol, and I no longer do. I went through the hospital. I was tortured for 250 hours. That broke my physical addiction. Some people break physical addictions in time. Some people use obviously pills and medications to curb some of the symptoms, and then in time, while doing more holistic things for themselves, other people don't break the physical addiction. They always remain the same person. The addiction is still there, and the only thing that they've developed is the ability to say no to alcohol. And one of my favorite things to say is, dude, nobody cares that you're not punching someone in the face. We're not sitting here going like, good on you, mate. You wanted to punch him in the face and you didn't. We're so proud of you. We don't give a fuck. No one gives a shit. We care about what you're actually doing. We care about if you're taking care of yourself, if you're helping other people out, if you're evolving as a person. Your ability not to hurt yourself or someone else isn't something we want to celebrate. Unless that is something that is like so incredibly difficult for you to do. There's absolutely no fucking reason why someone should praise you for being a decent person. We shouldn't want to be a shitty person to start with, man. When we find ourselves in that space, we really got to check ourselves, because at that point we've already wrecked ourselves. So this specific video right here is really interesting because it opens up the conversation of once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. That's not true. That's not based in science. That's a fear-based tactic. It was created by AA. It was created by whoever the fuck. And they continue to like blast this narrative in attempts to control people or help people control themselves. But the truth is that's a lie, and it doesn't apply to everybody. It actually doesn't apply to most people. And a majority of people that find themselves in rooms like AA or in recovery programs like the ones that I've created, they aren't addicted to anything. They're not even alcoholics. They're not even deep enough down the rabbit hole where their whole life has been flipped upside down and they are forever fucked. That's the other reason why once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic is absolute bullshit. You could evolve past alcoholism. You could break your alcoholic behavior. You can become a different person. You could use different tools and modalities and environments and opportunities to literally become someone that doesn't think, feel, act, or do what the addiction was causing them to do. So the whole point of recovery is to become recovered. There's an end point. You see what I'm saying? Like, some people don't recover. Some people just get sober. And if all they're doing is taking a break from alcohol, then of course they're gonna remain with all of the symptoms and the programs and the habits and the practices of their addiction or whatever they were addicted to. It's very interesting, but that's why I focus so much on recovery. This is an interesting comment right here. I drank to get naked wasted, blackout drunk. I do get what you're saying. I knew I was an alcoholic by the way I felt sober. So here's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up ChatGPT, and the reason for this is because I have a setting that I use that's just great for hooks. It's another way to kind of like trigger my brain to think in a way that helps that I can get their attention, but it's also also going to provide some science, and I'm going to fill in the rest. All I personally want is a unique way to open this. These are my TikTok recovery scripts. So because I speak about recovery and alcoholism and addiction and all that stuff, I try and keep the same chat going, right? So I just continue to expand. That way it learns and it kind of memorizes the way that I say things, and I'm able to refer back to it. ChatGPT also remembers what you say to it. What I'm doing is I'm actually taking that comment and I'm just going to drop it in here real quick, and I'm going to say, let's do the same with this, which is basically just going to tell GPT to run the last program, and then it's just going to spit a concept out for me real quick. So I love this. So here's what's up. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk around and I'm going to spit this out. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to do this in a unique way. And the point of this video right here is to address the alcoholic behavior, how people feel when they're sober. Basically what she's saying is when she's sober, her level of sobriety, how she feels when she's not drinking, is her indicator of her struggle. So what I want to do is relate that message back to as many people as possible. One of my favorite quotes is, I didn't suffer from alcoholism until I stopped drinking, which that's the fact. So all the symptoms and all the withdrawals and all the issues kick in when there's no alcohol in your body. And it's at that point that we go, okay, holy shit. Well, I don't feel very good. I need a drink, or I need to do this, or whatever it is. And then, we find ourselves in some pretty unique circumstances that really need our attention. All right, so let's record this. This is going to be really interesting. I absolutely love that you're embracing the raw honesty of your alcoholic behavior. A lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves, and because of that, they continue drinking, they continue making their circumstances worse, which, obviously means they're going to need more and more support. So I want to address this very specifically. I want to make sure that I praise them for what they're doing, bring awareness to how important it is, but then continue that conversation. A lot of people will completely disregard how severe their circumstances is, and they're just going to curb that feeling with another drink. And so what I just did is I took that GPT prompt and then just kind of did my own spit on it. I made it something that's easy for me to remember, and I'm just kind of freestyling. So I'm just taking different clips that eventually I'll edit together. Too many of us, like myself, I used to take 30 shots a day. We would drink to get naked wasted. We would drink to get drunk, black out, party literally all day long. A majority of our time was spent just drinking. Where's the beer? Where's the next shot? Who's making the margaritas? And our life was basically derivative of how much alcohol is in our body, and more importantly, how much alcohol is about to be. That's a big phrase right there. We partied hard. It was nonstop, man. Literally it was nonstop. And just depending on who we were with, what we were doing, once again, party all day. We'd party all night. I'm 38 at the moment of recording this, and I spent a majority of my life drinking and partying and raving and doing all this stuff. But it eventually takes a major toll on you, and it sucks. Extreme alcohol abuse, like drinking to get drunk, drinking to black out, is usually a misguided attempt to escape reality, to change things to such a degree where the space of absolute emptiness is also a space of safety and trust. This is true, man. There's a lot of people who, when they drink, they're drinking specifically the blackout, and they feel that emptiness, that nothingness is safe. It's kind of like putting yourself in the closet or locking yourself in a room and being away from everybody. A lot of people with ADHD like reaching that space, and that's specifically because they have thousands and thousands of thoughts that are happening a majority of their life. And so if they drink to black out, they get to sit in the emptiness that kind of feels like a nest or a place of comfort, which is easily addicting. I have extreme ADHD, which means I overthink, overprocess, overdevelop, overclarify, overdeliver. And so when I wasn't drinking, I just had 1,000 reasons why it's probably better that I was drinking. A lot of people that struggle with low dopamine, they find themselves in this space where sobriety or being in a state of sober is miserable. They got their poor mental health, their physical health, spiritual health, energetic health. They're faced with the reality of their circumstances, and the only thing that they want is for it all to stop. And this is also incredibly true, man. Like oh my goodness, man. When you're struggling with alcoholic behavior, alcohol just becomes this immediate release. Not even release. It's not even getting away from something. It's stepping into something. It's stepping into the illusion of peace. It's stepping into a state of emptiness, which once again feels pretty good. But there's a lot of problems with that. Every single time we take a sip and get closer to that illusion of peace, we're removing our ability to generate true peace naturally, because we're destroying our mental health and making it more difficult. It's important to remember though that just because you practice alcoholic behavior doesn't mean you're an alcoholic. But if you don't practice alcoholic behavior, you'll never become an alcoholic. Most people that identify as an alcoholic say that simply because they like alcohol a lot or they drink to black out and get drunk. None of those individually make you an alcoholic, but that does set you up to become one. You see how I did that? I had to take like 3 different takes on that, and I'm going to cut up whichever one is the best, of course. As an ex-alcoholic and liver failure survivor and someone that's worked with thousands of people, one-on-one with hundreds, I forgot where I was going to go with that. Self-awareness and your ability to accept your circumstances is the number one thing you've got to do. If you don't allow yourself to feel the feeling, and if you refuse to accept the reality that you're hurting yourself, you're never going to take the next steps to heal your mind and heal your body. Acceptance is number one, and in the Beyond Sober program, this is the first module. We spend a week just going through radical acceptance, how to see things for what they actually are so we don't beat ourselves up for what they're not. So if getting blacked out drunk is your preference, or you prefer to be absolutely obliterated, now is the time to really start focusing on why in the holy hell would you prefer to be in an absolute state of oblivion than in a peaceful place in your current existence. It only takes 4 days to get sober, and at that point we could really start evaluating what your life looks like, and more importantly, what you want it to look like. Happy, healthy people don't struggle with alcoholic behavior because they're not actively attempting to escape their reality. They love being exactly who they are. It's challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. So if you or someone you know is struggling with alcoholic behavior and you could benefit from a coach like myself, I'm here to support you. My calendar is open and I would love to connect with you. That goes for you too. My calendar is open and I'd love to connect with you.
I don't know that.
Together, we can rediscover who you actually are. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna edit that up and see how that works. Spend a few times making that magic happen, and yeah, let's see how this turns out. There we go. Finally got it to import. So now I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna cut this all up. All right. Oh my goodness. So now that I have this put together, what I want to do is obviously I want to get this posted up. All right. So that is basically going to be the video for today. I appreciate you hanging out with me and joining me on this journey that I've actually never taken before. Kicking it with me behind the scenes as we put this fairly decent video out. This is a 3-minute video. It's really difficult to hold people's attention for that long. And that's why we're content creators. That's why we continue, doing what we do and working as, in the ways that we do. It's powerful stuff. And honestly, there's always going to be something else. There's always going to be something more. There's always going to be an edit. There's always going to be another angle. There's always going to be something that we wish we would have added. Look at that face that it just landed on. I don't know if you can see that. That's ridiculous. My point with all this is your message, who you are, matters. You matter as a person. Your story is powerful. You may be sitting here going like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know how to get my story out there. I don't know what to do with content or social media or branding or your business or whatever it is. Here's the truth, man. If you're watching this video, it's not because you're getting this step-by-step strategic thing that's going to change your entire life. You're here because you see authenticity. This is who I am, dude. Like, this is Cody Rain, Beyond Sober. This is a dude you're gonna meet in the grocery store. This is a dude you speak to in the gym. This is a dude that you see on these TikToks. It is the same person absolutely everywhere, and that's one of the things. And if I was to give you a tip or share kind of like one of my greatest insights, it is going to be stop showing yourself, dude. start sharing yourself, okay? Like I'll share this, all right? This is me sharing, okay? This is myself and my lady, right? She's so pretty, so gorgeous, so beautiful. I'm sharing something with you. I'm not just telling you about something. I'm not just showing you what I want you to see. I'm sharing with you in my most authentic form, exactly who I am, exactly who I know. And I'm giving you this, behind the scenes, more important inside look at who I am when nobody else is around, dude. You see, look at the chairs on the bed. Like, I'm a regular human being. People buy from people. People invest in people. So if you're wanting to get your content out, you're wanting to build your brand, you're wanting to work on your business, or hell, you just want to do something for fun, my honest revelation and best information that I could share with you is to be as real as humanly possible. Humans know if another human is reading off a script. They know if they've planned everything out. Hopefully you realize that this isn't something planned. I had an idea. It's the now not how approach. And if you guys are even remotely interested in that, check out the $1 Million Weekend. The now not how. I had this idea. Let's make a TikTok video for YouTube. Let's do it. Let's share it. Let's see who's interested and see what happens, man. So if you appreciate this video, if you like this, do me a favor, like, share, comment. Let me know if there's something that I can, create for you. Let me know if there's a sobriety, recovery, personal growth topic you would like for me to, dive deeper into. Let me know if you're working on your brand or your business. That's what I do professionally. If you could use some coaching, feel free to hit sober.com or check the description of this video and come kick it with me on the calendar. Remember, the programs, the services, the opportunities are all right there. Whether you're looking to build a brand and you want to put me on your team, or you're struggling or know someone who is struggling with their sobriety or their recovery, it's what I do, it's who I am, and it's the energy that I like to put out. With that said, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being with me on this journey. And I look forward to creating another kick-ass video with you and for you. You're amazing. And if I don't see you later, I'm super duper proud of you.